Hey friend, welcome to the BotBuhdy AI report. Today we've got a packed show for you. Nobel Laureate John Jumper, defects from DeepMind to Anthropic. SpaceX drops $60 billion to buy AI coding tool cursor. US government pulls the plug on Anthropic's most powerful AI models. Elon Musk plans 1 million AI satellites for orbital data centers. And finally, AI data center spending hit $650 billion in 2026, racing to $1 trillion. Let's get into it.
This one hit different. On Friday, John Jumper, Nobel Prize winner in chemistry and the man who co-created AlphaFold, announced he is done at Google DeepMind. Nearly 9 years, gone. He is joining Anthropic. Now, if you do not know AlphaFold, here is why this matters. AlphaFold solved protein folding, one of biology's hardest problems, using AI. It changed medicine, drug discovery, and science forever. The Nobel Committee literally gave him a prize for it, and now he's walking out the door at the lab that made it happen. But here is what makes this even wilder. Just 1 week before Jumper's announcement, Noam Shazir, one of the leads on Google's Gemini model, left for OpenAI, two of Google's crown jewels, two different rivals, 1 week. DeepMind built some of the most important AI research of the last decade, but it is starting to look like the best people who built that legacy would rather go somewhere else. Anthropic is hosting a science-focused event on June 30th, and it looks like they are going to have a pretty impressive guest of honor.
Okay, this next one. I am genuinely excited about this. You are going to love it.
SpaceX just went public, and within days, literally days, they dropped $60 billion on a software company. Not another rocket, not satellites, software, specifically Cursor. If you write code or work with developers, you already know Cursor. It has become the go-to AI coding assistant, the tool that developers genuinely love using. And SpaceX just bought the whole thing for $60 billion in stock. To put that in perspective, that is a bigger acquisition than most Fortune 500 companies have ever done. And they did it right after their IPO. The deal is all stock, so SpaceX essentially printed money from their IPO shares to fund a coding empire. What does a rocket company want with an AI coding tool? Control. If SpaceX builds the future in space, they want to build the tools that build the future. GitHub Copilot, Google's coding assistants. None of them saw this coming. The AI coding race just got a new heavyweight.
Wow. Okay, so that just happened. This next one really blew my mind.
Imagine working for years on your company's most powerful AI models ever. You launch them, the world gets excited, and then 3 days later, the US government calls and says, shut it down. That is exactly what happened to Anthropic. The Trump administration's Commerce Department used export control powers, the same legal tool used to restrict advanced chips from going to China, and directed Anthropic to cut off all access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for any foreign national. Not just overseas customers. Any foreign national, including Anthropic's own employees who are not US citizens. Anthropic had no real choice. They complied. The models went dark globally. This is a first. Never before has the US government used these powers to yank frontier AI models from global access mid-launch. It raises enormous questions. Can the government do this to any AI company at any time? Is advanced AI now classified like nuclear technology? And what does this mean for the hundreds of thousands of international users who built businesses on these models? The age of AI as a national security asset is officially here.
Wait, what? I had to read this one twice. This changes things.
Okay, so SpaceX bought Cursor for $60 billion. They went public. And now they want to put 1 million AI satellites in space. I'm not exaggerating. Elon Musk is planning orbital data centers, actual computing infrastructure in space using Starship to launch it and Starlink to connect it. He has filed technical plans for megawatt-scale orbital computing. That is serious compute, not a science project. Why space? Because AI is running out of room down here. Power grids are maxed out, water for cooling is constrained, land near fiber hubs is expensive. But in orbit, you have unlimited solar power, near zero cooling costs, and you can put the compute anywhere on Earth within milliseconds via satellite. It sounds like science fiction, but SpaceX already has the rockets, already has the satellite constellation, and just bought one of the hottest AI software companies on the planet. Musk is not just playing the AI game, he is trying to build the board it is played on.
All right, let's go. This next story has me fired up. You are going to want to hear this.
Let us end with a number that will rearrange your brain. $650 billion. That is how much AI companies have committed to data center spending in 2026 alone. Not since the start of the internet, not during the dot-com boom, not during the cloud revolution, has any technology triggered this level of physical infrastructure investment in a single year. And analysts say we are heading to 1 trillion. To put that in context, the entire GDP of Switzerland is around $800 billion. We are building AI infrastructure that costs more than entire national economies. NVIDIA is the biggest winner, basically the only company that makes the GPUs that go inside all these data centers, and its shares are surging. But this is bigger than NVIDIA's stock price. This spending is reshaping power grids, water supplies, semiconductor supply chains, and global geopolitics. Every country wants to know who has the compute, because whoever has the compute has the AI, and whoever has the AI has the future. $650 billion says the race is very much on.
That's all for today, friend. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and hit subscribe. I will see you tomorrow with more AI news. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, leverage your intelligence.